Okay, folks, it's Thanksgiving week, but Thanksgiving isn't really a cocktail holiday, which is perhaps a bit unfortunate. It really centers around the big meal, which beckons for a special wine to match the solemnity of the day. And I always try to oblige with American Pinot Noir. I love the Willamette Valley or the Russian River Valley Pinots, they're great. And beer, of course, is entirely appropriate earlier in the day to nurse those sore muscles after the turkey bowl, or to drink while you're rooting against the Cowboys or watching the Lions lose, who have played on every Thanksgiving Day since 1938. But what about the run-up to the meal? What about when the announcement goes off, 30 minutes to eating time? Well, wouldn't a pre-prandial cocktail be just the thing to prepare oneself for the assault on the senses and the stomach for this glorious meal? I think so. So we got to stipulate that it's got to be simple, it's got to be easy, and it's got to match the spirit of this most American of holidays. And while a Jack Rose would certainly be a wonderful cocktail for this, I think I'm looking for the comfort of something a little more serious, a little more traditional in these unusual times, and therefore a Manhattan. Right? So the Manhattan was invented in the Manhattan Club in 1880s. It's one of the oldest cocktails and most famous cocktails in the world. And it's changed remarkably little since that time. It is classic 2 ounces of rye or bourbon. And we'll pour that right in there. It's 1 ounce of your Italian or sweet vermouth. We'll get that guy right in there. And then a couple of dashes of Angostura bitters. So just a little bit of there. And that recipe has changed very little in the time. Of course, there are variants. If you make it with Scotch, it's a Rob Roy. If you make it with, if you reverse the portions, it's a reverse martini. And if you split the vermouth between red Italian sweet and white French dry, then you have a perfect martini. But here I'm just sticking with the traditional. We're gonna just put that in our chilled martini glass. And strain after some gentle stirring. Garnish with our little brandy cherry, and there you have a Manhattan. So whatever you decide in terms of your version of your Manhattan, and whoever you're going to have it with this year, I wish you health and happiness and a happy Thanksgiving in this most unusual of years. Cheers. That is quite delicious.